Yo, welcome to Heavy Hands Boxing. Glad you came back. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get into it. I'm going to give my couple of takes on this Spence versus Crawford fight. There's a lot of people trying to figure it out, and that's a sign of a great matchup in a top tier fight when people are really trying to, on both sides. Some people were switching, some people are going back and forth a lot. Some people, saying, Crawford got the natural ability, but Spence is disciplined, has the technique down, textbook, does things right, work ethic. Then they get into high volume versus, you can say, the craftiness of Crawford. And that's all well and good, and it's hard to say which one will come out on top because they're both good at what they do. Then they go break down resume. Obviously, Spence would have to get the edge in terms of resume, although sometimes a name is just a name. You look at your Dennis Ugas, no, all respect to your Dennis Ugas, but what did your Dennis Ugas do but beat a 43-year-old Manny Pacquiao? I mean, come on. If you're a good fighter, a top contender, you're supposed to be able to get by a 43-year-old fighter. Pacquiao is special, no doubt about it, but Father Time hasn't lost a fight yet. Correct? Correct. You got Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia did his thing at 140. Some people probably felt especially me, should have lost in Puerto Rico against, I forgot the guy's name, but that fight, Danny probably shouldn't have won that one. He wouldn't have been undisputed no more. But nevertheless, at 147, Danny wasn't a world beater. He lost to every champion he fought, right? Although he barely lost to, I think, Sean Porter. That was a fairly close one. Mikey Garcia was a small dude. He's supposed to beat a smaller guy. Interesting, though, he was never able to hurt Mikey Garcia. Now, that's a testament to Mikey Garcia's skills, because Mikey is like that for real. He just moved up to a really big division, coming up from pretty much featherweight all the way up to 147. That's where some of the big boys really start to come in. They're a lot heavier. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, fought a Kell Brook that was pretty much damaged goods, although he was more likely settled at 147 versus when Errol Spence fought him, he was sucking down in weight, and he also got damaged from Golovkin. Then Errol hurt him on the, so that may be even, it may be not. Maybe Errol gets the edge on that. Crawford also fought Amir Khan, who, okay, Amir tends to be a little chinny, fine, but Amir is also a top name and a former champion. So the Sean Porter thing is what it kind of really boils down to. And yes, Sean Porter, it's been put out there that he didn't train like he needed to, get quite as sharp or get the technique or whatever game plan they were working on to get that down packed. Could be several facets to the preparation that Shorter probably didn't give his all, as admitted by his father, and I think he also might have said that. But look what he did with Sean Porter. It's a fairly easy contrast. That's the main thing that sticks out, and not just with Sean Porter, but across the board. You got Errol Spence beating on people, and they're going the distance, except for pretty much your Dennis Ugas. And we're talking about the top of the list. We're not talking about top 12 or 15 guy. He's banging on the upper echelon, and they're still there. Banged on Danny Garcia after taking a year off. Banged away with Sean Porter. Clipped him with something he didn't see, but Sean Porter's tough. Your Dennis Ugas, he definitely crunched up, hurt, hit him with some good shots. Crawford is out there hurting people. It kind of reminds me of the Spence Crawford fight. It takes me back to Juan Baby Bull Diaz versus Manuel Marquez, Pacquiao's old foe. Manuel Marquez. Baby Bull Diaz had high volume, just like Spence did. Baby Bull Diaz was rampaging through the lightweight division. I forget what year it was. Marquez was in there. He's a counter puncher. He's got some pop. He can knock you out if he lands on you. Baby Bull Diaz is getting Marquez bloody, roughing him up. He's having a rough time with this young bull. Literally. Marquez ends up hitting him at the body. Hitting him upstairs. Ends the show. Sometime later in the fight. Late in the fight. The Spence Crawford fight reminds me of that. It may play out. I suspect it may play out like that. Because when you have two good fighters getting there, it's gonna be a war. It's gonna be some blood. It's gonna be back and forth, and it should be close. It should be close, unless you're like a Wilder and can just start somebody. But even with Wilder, he met his match in Fury, and we all know how that played out. But with all the high volume and the trickery from via the switch hitting from Crawford, when they exchange punches, my instincts tell me that's not an even exchange. Look how much Sean Porter was able to land a jab and land other shots on Spence. Now, Spence says, I chose to fight him that way. You had to fight him that way because Sean Porter going to come for you. You can't be jabbing Sean Porter like that. Errol Spence not a great jabber. He's not snappy like that. He's okay. You don't think Terence Crawford is going to get to Errol Spence like that? You don't think he's fast enough to pop something on Crawford? Look how Crawford stood in the fire with Sean and was slipping and countering hard too. Countering hard. Sean saw some of those shots and was eating it full mouth. How many shots is Errol Spence going to be able to take before he goes down? How many shots? That's not an even exchange, people, and I think that may be what turns this fight for Terence Crawford. Yeah, Terence will get hit. He will get hit. Terence likes to fight, loves to fight. He loves his craft. He likes to get in there. But that makes him hot. And when he gets hot, he gets laser focused as well. And when he sees something he can exploit, and he will, because that's been his record, it's going to be game over. Y'all review that Baby Bull Diaz Juan Manuel Marquez fight. Let me know what you think. Am I way off base or what? I'm going for Terence Crawford on this one. All right, peace. I'm on to the next one.